Warm greetings from Greece, from Athens. I'm Dr. Rania Lampou. I'm a global academician, a STEM instructor and researcher, a global peace ambassador. I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education at the Greek Astronomy and Space Society. And it's truly an honor and pleasure to welcome you all to today's session on the topic, the Scholarship Roadmap, Effective Steps to Apply and Win. First, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations and thanks to the Inspiration Peace Channel for organizing this valuable webinar. I would like to thank also Dr. Azian and Jube for the kind invitation. And whether you're a student, recent graduate, or a professional looking to advance your education, this session is designed to equip you with valuable insights and practical tools to succeed. The journey to securing a scholarship can be both exciting and challenging. Many of you are likely wondering, where do you find the best opportunities? How do I stand out among thousands of applicants? These are important questions, and over the course of this session, we will be addressing them in detail. Of course, remember that securing a scholarship isn't just about financial support. It's about investing in your future, expanding your academic and professional horizons, and unlocking opportunities that can transform your career. However, this path requires preparation, perseverance, and a clear understanding of how to present yourself in the best light. So in today's session, we will cover all the effective strategies for scholarship applications, from understanding what scholarship committees are looking for to mastering the art of writing a compelling personal statement. We will share proven tips to boost your chances of success. And by the end of this presentation, we hope that you will have a clear roadmap on how to approach your scholarship search, what you need to do to strengthen your application, and how to present yourself confidently. Now, I will start sharing my presentation. I hope it's visible now. And first, how to identify and apply for the right scholarships? The first question. Searching for scholarships that match your academic interests, background, career goals, and financial needs will be the first step. Ensure that you meet all the eligibility criteria, such as academic qualifications, field of study, nationality, or financial status before applying. And note all important dates for each scholarship, including application submission deadlines, interview dates, and result announcement. Create a calendar to stay organized, of course. Prepare when required documents. This means that you need to gather official transcripts that reflect your academic performance, make sure that they are up to date, and request letters from teachers, professors, or professionals who know you well and can speak about your abilities, your character, and potential. The personal statement that we're going to see also later, this means that we need to write a personal statement that reflects our aspirations, our achievements, and why we are a good fit for this scholarship. We need to tailor it to each scholarship that we are applying for. And of course, we need to prepare a well-organized and updated resume that highlights our academic achievements, extracurricular activities, volunteering work, internships, and work experience. So you need to follow application instructions carefully, definitely, because every scholarship has specific instructions, so we need to follow them carefully and to complete all forms, fill out the application forms fully and accurately, double check all entries before submission, and attach all required documents, including financial aid information, proof of identity, and academic records as requested. There are some specific scholarships available for certain demographics that you need to know, designed to support certain demographic groups. And of course, these scholarships aim to promote diversity, inclusion, and equal opportunities in education. First, scholarships for women. Scholarships for women. This includes the category of women in STEM. There are numerous scholarships dedicated to encouraging women to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Examples include the Google Anita Borg Memorial Scholarship and the Society of Women Engineers scholarships. We have general scholarships for women. Scholarships support women in any field of study. This category may include leadership, academic merit, or financial need criteria. Examples include the American Association of University Women or the PEO, the national scholarships. And women in leadership, because some scholarships aim to empower future female leaders across various industries. These are often offered by organizations that focus on gender equality and leadership development. Second, we have the minority group scholarship. Scholarships for minority groups are often designed to support underrepresented populations in higher education, such as African American students. We have the Jackie Robinson Foundation, the UNCF Scholarship, Gates Millennium Scholars Program. Hispanic Latino students, programs like the Hispanic Scholarship Fund, Latino College Dollars, and the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers Scholarship, which actually support Latino and Hispanic students. For Native American students, we have scholarships such as the American Indian College Fund and the Indian Health Service Scholarship Program, which offer financial aid to Native American students pursuing higher education. Asian American and Pacific Islander students, we have the Asian and Pacific Islander American Scholarship Fund, which provides support to Asian American Pacific Islander students. The scholarship for the LGTB plus community, like the Gamma Mu Foundation Scholarship and Point Foundation Scholarship. And for the national students also, there are many categories. The Fulbright program, this is very popular. The Chevening Scholarship and the DAD Scholarship in Germany, which offer financial aid to the national students. Other categories of merit-based scholarship for the University of Sydney, the National Scholarship for the National Leader of Tomorrow Award, and organizations like UN and World Bank also offer students scholarship for students from developing countries who pursue advanced degrees. And the first generation also college students, this scholarship are targeted to students who are the first in their families to attend college. We have Coca-Cola First Generation Scholarship and the Sugar Foundation, which provide funding and support. For them, there are several scholarships for students with physical, mental, and disabilities. And for refugees, also and asylum seekers. Examples include Duke University Refugee Scholarship, the Institute of International Education Scholar Rescue Fund, etc. For veterans and military families, also we have Fisher House Foundation Scholarship, Pat Tillman Foundation Scholarship, etc. Some top resources to search for funding for scholarships are this one, Scholarship 360, Scholarship.com, FastWeb, RaseMe, Solly App, Scholarship Portal, GrantMe. Specialized scholarship providers, Jack and Cook Foundation, parenting and youth accommodation, some programs, for example, Quest Bridge, which informs about full scholarship with top universities, Gates Millennium Scholars Program, Point Foundation, Dell Scholars, National Merit, and some best practices and local strategies is that we need to start early and be organized, create a high profile, a strengths profile, begin by searching as early as middle school if it's possible. Try to keep track of all the deadlines and commitments. You can use general search engines and explore local institutional resources. Of course, you need here the aid of the school counselors, the university financial aid offices, and local community groups who may need help from clubs or businesses, foundations, and professional associations. What supporting documents are required now for this? First, you need to submit a proof of financial need. This includes financial statements. You may need to submit personal or family financial information, such as tax returns, bank statements to demonstrate financial need. Some scholarships, especially need-based ones, require a completed free application for federal student aid to assess your financial situation, and income certificates. Some scholarships require official income certificates issued by your local government or institution. For academic transcripts, you need to submit certified records of your academic performance from your school, college, or university. You may need to provide official transcripts for your most recent coursework or degrees. For a grade point average, many scholarships have minimum grade point average requirements, so providing these transcripts that reflect your GPA is essential. And for international students, transcripts may need to be translated into the language required by a scholarship provider or certified by your official body. The recommendation letters. Scholarship applications often require one or more letters of recommendation from teachers, professors, or academic advisors who can speak to your academic achievements, skills, or potential. If you have work or volunteer experience, some scholarships may request letters from supervisors or colleagues who can vouch for your work ethic, for your leadership, or community involvement. And in some cases, you might be asked for personal references from individuals who can attest to your character or personal qualities. That could be mentors, it could be community leaders, etc. Now, the personal statement, you're going to see also the structure, some guidelines about how we can write a personal statement. Many scholarships actually require a personal statement or essay where we can explain our background, our academic goals, our career aspirations, and why we are applying for scholarship. Some scholarships also may provide specific essay prompts on topics such as community service, leadership, sustainability, or the field of study. It's essential to tailor your professional statement to align with the scholarship's values and criteria. And of course, a well-structured CV or resume is often required to showcase your educational background, your professional experience, your skills, extracurricular activities, and any relevant awards or achievements. This document will definitely highlight key aspects that make you a strong candidate for the scholarship. You need also the proof of enrollment or acceptance. This is the enrollment letter. And some scholarships require a proof that you are already enrolled in an educational program or will be enrolling shortly. A university acceptance letter for scholarships aimed at incoming students. You may need to provide an official letter or acceptance from the university or institution where you plan to study. And a proof of nationality identity. Scholarships for specific nationalities or international students often require a copy of your passport or national identity identification card, the birth certificate, because some scholarships may also request both a birth certificate to verify your identity and nationality. And about language proficiency, the scores. For scholarships that involve studying abroad in an English-speaking country, you need to provide scores from recognized language proficiency tests like TOEFL, IELTS, IELTS, and other language proficiency programs for non-English, for example, language programs. Other language tests like DEL for French might be required. The portfolio for creative fields like art, architecture, creative writing. The scores is optional. Usually required. This has to do with standardized tests or academic exams. The medical certificate, very important. If a scholarship for students with disabilities or medical conditions, then you need to provide this medical certificate. And definitely for scholarships that involve funding for graduate studies or research, then you need to submit a detailed research proposal outlining your project, its goals, methodology, and its plan. Some scholarships, especially for the national students, may ask for a study plan what you tend to study, your goals, and how this scholarship will support your education. Proof of extracurricular activities, volunteer work. If a scholarship emphasizes leadership or community service, you may need to submit certificates or letters confirming your participation in activities or volunteer work. If you have held leadership positions in student organizations, community groups, or sport teams, then you need to provide proof of these roles. That would be appointment letter or certificate. And motivation letter, the letter of intent, which is similar to personal statement, and this allows you to explain why you are applying for the scholarship, what is your motivation for pursuing this specific course, and how your scholarship will actually benefit your career and your goals. Before submitting the motivation letter, you need to ensure that all documents meet the specific scholarship requirements. What is important here to say also is about the personal statement and some tips. First, think about the limit. The word limit and specific topics for the personal statement vary on the scholarship program. The typical word limit is about 250 to 500 words. This is a common range for many scholarship essays, especially for undergraduate scholarship. Applicants are usually asked to write concisely about their background, about their achievements and goals. If you write 500 to 1,000 words, then some scholarship, especially competitive or graduate level ones, may require longer essays that delve deeper into your experiences, challenges, and motivations. And there are some times that there is no strict word limit. Occasionally, some scholarships may not specify a word limit, but it's always wise to be clear and concise, always sticking to 1-2 pages in length. Here you can describe your story, the obstacles you've faced, short-term, long-term goals, field of study, or connection to scholarship. And of course, and we'll talk about story. In this section, you need to discuss significant events or challenges that have shaped you and how you have overcome them. Describe any personal, financial, or academic hurdles and how you have managed them. Explain your future academic or career aspirations. Discuss why you chose this field of study, what you hope to contribute to it, and explain how receiving the scholarship will help you achieve your educational career objectives. Highlight positions of leadership that you have held in school, work, volunteer setting. Share how you have contributed to your community, society, and how these experiences have impacted you. Mention any involvement in clubs, for example, organizations or causes that align with the scholarship values. So leadership experience, community service, volunteerism, service learning, the motivation of purpose, why the scholarship, the passion, financial need, if it's applicable. For need-based scholarships, you need to discuss your financial background, the family background, and the necessity of financial support in order to continue your education. And diversity and inclusion, if it's needed, if we have, for example, scholarships addressed to specific demographic groups like women and minority groups, then we need to discuss how our background has influenced our experiences or perspective. And how our experiences and insights can contribute to the diversity and inclusiveness of our field or educational environment. Apart from this, we need to show how we are resilient in the face of obstacles, because some essays ask you to reflect on personal challenges you have faced, how you have developed perseverance, strength, and resilience. And for scholarship focused on specific themes like sustainability, leadership, innovation, you may be asked to address your contributions or ideas in these areas and how they align with the scholarship mission. So some tips for following words is to stick to the word account. I mentioned before some categories. And if there is specific word limit you need to follow closely. Try to submit an essay that it's too long or short. This could disqualify your application. So you need to be very careful with the word limit. Make sure that you address each part of the essay prompt or question. Even if the word limit is higher, aim for clarity and brevity. Avoid unnecessary details or repetition, and customize your essay to reflect the values and goals of the specific scholarship. Use examples from your life that resonate with the scholarship focus. And how can I structure my personal statement to align with the goals and values of the scholarship provider? Structuring your personal statement to align the values and goals of the scholarship provider is a key to crafting a compelling application. So here's a guide on how to do this effectively. First step, you need to understand the purpose. The purpose of the scholarship. Before writing thoroughly, you need to research a scholarship provider. Look for their mission statement, the core values, and the type of students that they aim to support. Identify the values that they prioritize, such as leadership, that could be community service, that could be sustainability, diversity, academic excellence, financial need. These themes should guide your personal statement. Then we see here how should be the introduction. You need to be careful. We need to open with a personal story, start with a brief, engaging anecdote or experience that highlights a central theme related to the scholarship values. For example, if the scholarship emphasizes leadership, then you need to begin with a story about the leadership challenge you have faced. Then we clearly explain why we are applying for the scholarship and how this aligns with our academic and career goals. Mention the scholarship provider by name and connect our aspirations to their mission. Then we have the body paragraph, the first paragraph, which explains what field of study you are pursuing and why. So here you can connect your academic journey to the scholarship provider's goals. If the scholarship supports, for example, STEM education, then you need to highlight your passion and achievements in science or technology. Describe how your academic focus will lead to your desired career path. So be specific about how the scholarship will help you achieve this. And if the provider values innovation or sustainability, you need to show how your career goals align with these themes. And you need to connect also the second paragraph, your values with their peers. Reflect on experiences that you where you have demonstrated values that are central to the scholarship provider's mission. Use specific examples to back up your claims. For example, if a scholarship supports environmental sustainability, then you need to mention projects where you contribute to sustainability efforts. In the next paragraph, you can explain your financial situation. If the scholarship is need-based, detail your financial challenges and how receive the scholarship. This will enable you to pursue your education. Emphasize also how the scholarship will help you focus on your studies and make a meaningful impact in your field, directly supporting the provider's mission. So we could say that you need to restate your commitment, reaffirm your dedication to achieving your academic career goals and your alignment with the scholarship value, and highlight how you plan to give back to your community, how you can contribute to the field or further the scholarship provider's mission. For example, if the scholarship focuses on leadership, talk about how you plan to take on leadership roles in your future career. Very important to tailor your personal statement to the scholarship focus. So, for example, for STEM scholarships, you should focus on your passion, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, how you plan to contribute to innovation or research. For diversity scholarship, you can share your unique background, the challenges you have overcome, how you can bring diverse perspectives to your fields, etc. And tips for writing an effective personal statement. This means tailor it, customize your statement to a specific scholarship. Don't use a generic essay. Demonstrate that you understand the scholarship provider's mission, how you align with it. To be specific, so use concrete examples from your life to show how you embody the scholarship provider's values. Reflect on the impact Explain not just what you have done, but the impact of your actions. How did your leadership, community service, or academic work make a difference? And maintain a positive, forward-looking tone. This means focus on your potential aspirations and how the scholarship will help achieve them. Proofread carefully, ensure that your essay is well written, clear, and that it actually it is free of errors, because a policy statement shows that you are serious about the opportunity. By aligning your personal statement with the goals and values of the leaders and the scholarship provider, you demonstrate what? You demonstrate that you are a strong candidate who not only meets the academic or financial requirements, but also embodies the ideals of the scholarship is designed to support. Now, should my personal statement focus more on my academic achievements, personal background, or future aspirations? When you write your personal statement for a scholarship, it's important to strike a balance between academic achievements, personal background, or future aspirations. If a scholarship is merit-based and places a high value on academic excellence, then in this case, academic achievement should be a central focus. If the scholarship is aimed at supporting students in STEM fields or research or leadership in academia, highlighting your academic performance or project will be crucial. How to approach it? You can mention any notable achievements, such as your grade point average, honors, awards, or scholarships. You discuss relevant courses or research projects that demonstrate your commitment to your field of study. You show how your academic journey has shaped your skills and knowledge, preparing you for future success. And the personal background means that if the scholarship emphasizes diversity, overcoming adversity, or personal growth, then your personal background may be the most important section of your statement. For a scholarship, for example, which aims at supporting students from underrepresented groups or those who have overcome personal challenges, focusing on your own life story and the challenges you have faced, this can make your application stand out. And how to approach it? You can describe personal experiences, such as family background or cultural influences or struggles that have shaped who you are. So explain how these experiences have motivated your academic pursuit or your career goals or desire to make a positive impact on society. Reflect on how you have grown through these experiences and how they have prepared you to succeed despite these challenges. We give you an example. You can say, growing up in an underserved community, I faced many obstacles, including financial stability. However, these challenges have made me resilient, and I am determined to use my education and social work to advocate for marginalized populations. And the future aspirations, finally, future aspiration means that I want to focus more on this. If the scholarship goal is to support students who will contribute to specific industries, make impact in the communities, or advance a particular cause, then your future aspirations should be emphasized. Scholarship with the visionary or leadership focus often, with the leadership focus, usually want to know how you plan to use this opportunity to create a positive change. So how to approach it? First, you can clearly state your career goals and how the scholarship will help you achieve them. Discuss how your academic personal experiences align with your future objectives, and illustrate your long-term vision and how you plan to use your education to contribute to your field of community. Search for the ideal balance, integrate all these three aspects, and tailor to the scholarship. The most effective personal statement is the one that aligns with the scholarship provider's goals. If they focus more on community impact, then you emphasize how your background inspirations are geared towards helping others. If they prioritize academic excellence, then you focus more on your academic achievements and potential for success. So the final tip here is that balance is the key. You need to use your personal background to demonstrate who you are and what drives you, your academic achievements to show how you have succeeded in your journey, and your future aspirations to explain where you are headed. Together, these elements create a compelling narrative of why you are the ideal candidate for the scholarship. How I can highlight challenges I overcome to way that strengthens my application. Definitely by choosing relevant, meaningful challenges, by showing the impact of the challenge on your growth, framing the challenge in a positive light, try to connect the challenge to your future goals. And very important, frame the challenge in the positive light that I mentioned before. This means what? Avoid a victim mentality. Of course, it's important to be honest and authentic about the challenges that we have faced, but we need to avoid focusing too much on the negatives. Instead, we need to emphasize how we overcome and how we learn from the experience. Focus on the solutions. Connect the challenge to future goals, linked to our aspirations. Demonstrate resilience and perseverance, highlight how you bounced back. Be sincere, authentic, honest. Reflect on what you have learned and align with the scholarship providers' values that I mentioned before. By framing the challenges you have faced in a positive, reflective, and solution-oriented manner, you not only demonstrate resilience, but also you showcase the qualities that make you a strong candidate for your scholarship. And this approach highlights your growth and potential, turning challenges into stepping stones for success. And you need to request strong letters of recommendation. Very important to choose the right referees. Select people who know you well and can speak to your academic abilities, character, and potential for success. Provide the context, give your referees detailed information about the scholarship and what you need from their recommendation. Provide them with your resume and personal statement to help them write a more informed letter. So what specific qualities or achievements should my recommenders emphasize in their letters? The grades and achievements, the critical thinking, the work ethic. Here you can describe your dedication to your studies, commitment to completing assignments, and willingness to seek additional learning opportunities. Recommenders can highlight, as I said before, your achievements, your honors, your top rankings, your grade point average, achievements in specific subjects relevant to the scholarship. About leadership, then if you have held leadership positions in clubs, in teams, in organizations, recommenders should emphasize your leadership abilities, how you have inspired others, and your responsibility in managing projects or teams, highlighting your proactive approach in taking on new responsibilities, initiating projects, or going beyond the expected. This can demonstrate your commitment to growth. About the character and personal qualities, recommenders can speak about your honesty, your integrity, and your ability to persevere, the community involvement, the extracurricular also activities. This means that the recommenders can emphasize your involvement and achievements to sports or clubs or arts or in other extracurricular activities that demonstrate your well-rounded nature and ability to balance academics with other pursuits. We can discuss how you work effectively in teams, how you can contribute to group efforts, how you show respect and collaboration with others. Your special skills and abilities that could be, for example, in arts or business, in STEM, academic, and career aspirations. Here you can see an example. Tom has a deep understanding of computer programming and took the initiative to create an app that helps students organize the study schedule, which was later adopted by several local communities. So academic career aspirations, ability to overcome challenge, and how to guide your recommenders, provide the context, give them specific information about the scholarship, the goals, the quality they value, and why you are applying. Share your achievements, your resume, transcripts, any personal statement drafts with your recommenders to give them a clear picture of your accomplishments and goals. Let them know which qualities or achievements you would like them to emphasize: leadership, perseverance, academic excellence, and ask them to include specific anecdotes or examples that highlight your strengths. Concrete stories which make the letter more impactful and memorable. The best way to approach potential referees is to choose the right referees. This means teachers or professors, for example, who know you well and can speak to your academic abilities, employees or retention supervisors who can highlight your work ethic or your skills or contributions, or personal referees. That could be a mentor, a coach, a community leader who can speak to your character, leadership, and personal qualities. And a combination, it's often ideal to request a mix of academic, professional, and personal references to provide a well-rounded view. Request the recommendation early, of course. Make your request early, give plenty of notice. And what are the consequences of missing a deadline or submitting an incomplete application? This means, of course, disqualification. Your application typically disqualified, regardless of the quality of your materials. This has impact on future applications. Even if you were to apply for a different scholarship with the same organization in the future, your previous missed deadline or a complete submission might raise doubts about your reliability, make the committee less likely to consider your application seriously. Wasted time and effort, of course. In cases where the scholarship allows for the application, you will have to go through the application process again and again in the next cycle. And impact on financial planning, definitely, because we talk about delayed funding and the budget disruption. How to avoid these consequences? Start early, as I mentioned before, create a timeline, read instructions carefully, pay close attention to the application instructions, check everything for submission, submit early, and stay organized. Keep a checklist of all documents you need and track the status of any required materials, for example, recommendation letters, etc. Can I submit additional documents after the application deadline if I receive updated information such as a new transcript? The answer is that there is a strict adherence to deadline, so no late submissions are accepted. Once the application deadline has passed, it's unlikely that a scholarship provider will accept additional documents. Even if they are updated, such as new transcripts or test scores or letters of recommendation. Scholarship committees usually review applications in a timely manner, and any late documents can disrupt this process. There is deadline for all materials. No late submissions, and the total value, we need to know about this, what happens if, in general, if we talk about financial information, the total value of a scholarship and the expenses it covers will depend on the type and the provider. Scholarships can range from partial awards that only cover tuition to full scholarships that include tuition, accommodation, books, and living expenses. Always you need to refer to your scholarship official guidelines to understand exactly what is included and how the funding can be applied. Scholarships with financial support, especially need-based, or those that cover living expenses, may require you to submit financial reports to maintain the scholarship, and this can include providing proof of ongoing financial need, academic progress, and updates on external funding sources. So you need always to read the scholarship terms carefully and stay on the top of any required report to ensure that you maintain your eligibility for the award. To demonstrate financial need for a scholarship, you likely need to submit the income documentation, such as tax returns, as well as statement of financial need, explaining your situation. So you need to be honest, to be specific about your family's financial circumstances, and show how the scholarship will enable you to achieve your academic and career goals. So here, what happens if my financial situation changes after I receive a scholarship? If your financial situation worsens, for example, due to job loss or medical emergencies, some scholarship providers actually may offer support or adjust the scholarship amount to cover the increased need. You may be able to submit an updated financial application, aid application, or appeal for additional funding based on your changed circumstances. Some scholarships how provisions for students who experience unexpected financial difficulties may be flexible in adjusting the amount awarded. So it's important to inform, in this case, the scholarship provided promptly, depending on whether your financial need increases or decreases, the scholarship amount may be adjusted accordingly. Many scholarship, especially based ones, will conduct periodic reassessments to ensure that you still qualify. It's important to follow the scholarship providers' guidelines to stay transparent and provide any necessary documentation to avoid potential issues with your funding. And how can I clearly express my career goals and align them with the values of the scholarship? You need to understand the scholarship values, define your career goals, provide concrete examples, explain how the scholarship will help you convey passion and commitments, all these things that we mentioned before. Sample structure for your statement. This should be very well structured, including introduction, the scholarship values, aligning goals with values, supporting examples, and the closing. How can I demonstrate that I will use scholarship to make a positive impact in the chosen field? By showing your understanding of the field's need, by highlighting your past contributions, explaining how the scholarship will empower you, by presenting a clear plan for the future, by linking your ambition to broader social benefits, and by committing to long-term involvement. A sample of outline for your statement, introduction, the current field challenges, scholarship role, in empowering the past contribution, future goals, and long-term commitment. Some challenges, the most common mistakes that applicants make is that usually they don't tailor application to the scholarship, that they don't clearly define the goals, they ignore essay instructions or requirements. When they write too much about challenges, they're not write enough about growth, when they don't include specific examples, and when they overlook proofreading and editing. Another common mistake is that they don't demonstrate financial need if their application lacks passion or lacks authenticity, if they miss the deadline, if they don't demonstrate leadership or impact, if they don't explain how the scholarship will help them, or if they are too humble or if they downplay their accomplishment. Now, we can request, of course, feedback if our application is not successful. How can we improve it? We can use feedback to improve our application, to refine our goals, to strengthen our recipe, to review formatting, to address financial need if applicable, and seek external feedback before submitting, of course. Some additional tips for strengthening future applications is the conditions for maintaining the scholarship throughout. What are the conditions if we want to maintain the scholarship throughout my career? Then the conditions is the minimum grade point average, the full-time enrollment, satisfactory progress, the code of conduct also, residency, attendance requirements, service reported publication, renewal applications. So we'll stop here just to mention also something else that you need to be very careful when you write when you apply for a scholarship and when you write your personal statement. You need to be responsible, honest, authentic, and choose widely the words that you will use, the descriptions that you will make, and of course, clearly explain the reasons why you apply. So in another session, we will approach another topic about how we can build a strong CV, because this curriculum vitae is something which is included in your scholarship. A well-crafted CV is important. And in another webinar, we can explain all the guidelines for this. Thank you very much for your attention and patience. Thank you very much.